Hi, how are you? I wasn't gonna post a video at all today because I didn't film one, and I was like, quality over quantity. And then it got me thinking, when was it ever about quality? Like, it's just me. These videos, who's watching these videos besides the people who let their autoplay keep going, am I right? So I'm just gonna be yapping. Like, this is kind of like a FaceTime. This is the most like FaceTime kind of video I've ever filmed. It's on TikTok and I'm using a front flash, which is very nice. I might have to be doing this more often because it seems very easy. I can edit it in the app and everything. Just download it and save it. Easy. But let's talk about what I did this weekend. This weekend I went to a car meet at BMW West Houston. It was really fun. If I'm being honest, the main reason I wanted to go was because a food truck I wanted to try was going there, and Taste the Asian. I had their kimchi fries and strawberry green tea boba. Really good. I really recommend. But yeah, I went with my parents and we went in the daily car, and as soon as we pulled in, they told us to park all the way in the back by the fence. That did kind of hurt a little bit. That did sting. So we did do a kind of walk of shame to the front of the dealer to look at the cars. And we got there a little early, and I mean, it was a really good time. We were there for like, what, maybe a bit over 2 hours? Yeah, so we basically walked around a little bit and then immediately got food. And we ate in the corner, but it was super windy. And then we parked right by the bikes, which is my favorite part. And then right where we were standing in the corner, there was this sign. And as it was super windy, it kept falling over. I almost lit that thing on fire. Oh my god. Like, I was standing right there, so I was basically on sign duty, picking it up every single time it fell. And then eventually, a biker came up. He's parking, he's kickstand turn. It falls for like the third time while he's trying to turn his bike. We look at each other, and we're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it. And I look at him, I was like, I was gonna do this exact same thing. Yeah, and while we were eating, I saw some Ferraris, I saw a McLaren, this really cute pink Supra. It was, oh my gosh, I loved it. We walked around a little bit longer, and then we went inside the dealership. Turns out they have seats and AC, so my parents took advantage of that. And then later, my dad and I went to get shaved ice from another truck that they had. Turns out they ran out of every single flavor that I would have wanted: passion fruit, raspberry, and strawberry. So I ended up getting nothing. But it was a pretty long line, and there was only one person in the truck, so I was like zoning out because we were in line for like 15 minutes. So while I was zoning out, I was coincidentally looking at this like hotel, motel, holiday. Just kidding. Anyway, so while coincidentally in that direction was this random guy who looked awfully like James is Not Very Nice, you know, that TikToker from Houston? But he looked like a shorter version, like with a little bit of little man syndrome, you know what I mean? And I mean, I get it. From his point, maybe it looked like I was staring at him, but I didn't even notice him. So while I'm staring into the abyss, all of a sudden I feel eyes on me, and I look in his direction. Keep in mind, this is the first time I notice him. He looks at me, starts laughing, and then talks to his friends. And then I realize this son of a gun thinks I'm staring at him. So after I realize that, I altogether just don't look in that direction anymore. I just start talking to my dad. But every once in a while, tell me why he keeps looking at me. Like, do I look funny or something? What's wrong? I know my hair is messed up because of the wind, but you can't be staring at me like that. It can't be that bad. And the entire time, I have a really bad RBF in public, and then I also hit him. I didn't mean to, but I hit him with a stank face. He left me alone. And that's the problem with a lot of men in Houston. Their ego is so big, but a lot of, it's just, they have little man syndrome, even if they're tall, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not cute. It's not a good look on them at all. Finally, we get our shaved ice, and then we go back inside to my mom, and she's already making friends. She made friend with this one guy, and coincidentally, we used to live in the same area, which is very odd, because Houston's a very big place. And he was a motorcyclist, and we were just kind of bonding over that. He gave me some pointers, some advice, safety tips. He was overall just a really good guy. And when we were done with that conversation, he was ready to leave. He shook each of our hands, and then he called me mamas. That immediately made me start thinking, ugh, he's Theo status, really. Pardon me, I took a little intermission. My food delivery came home. Let me set the scene for you real quick. I'm in a happy jolly mood. I got Subway. I love Subway. So there I am. I sit at the table. I put on an episode of Young Justice. I go to open my sandwich. What the fudge is this, Kyle? I paid full price for this crap. I put extra everything. They gave me one slice of ham. I've had the same order since I was 4. I am now 18 and I've never had my sandwich messed up this badly. How could you mess this up? I didn't eat all day. This was supposed to be my dinner for now and at 2 a.m. What the heck? You better fix this crap. Subway, you better count your mother frickin' days. Anyway, sorry for the crash out.